Hello, welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I am working on two hops. I'm working on Stamp It Like It's Hot and the monthly themed hop for paper crafting YouTubers, which is Nature November. I will have links below for you so that you can hop along with us and see what everybody creates. There is a playlist for Stamp It Like It's Hot. This playlist includes the videos from all year, and that makes it very easy for you to sit back with a cup of coffee, a snack or two, and watch all of these stamping techniques that we have completed for 2024. So let's talk about what we're doing for Stamp It Like It's Hot this time. We are stamping a background, and I pulled some of my favorite stamps to play with. Haven't really decided which I'm going to use. This one is obviously a Tim Holtz stamp. I think I got this from Some Assemblage Required. It might be an All and Create stamp. I'm not positive. These are two stamp sets from Studio Calico. They are partial sets because somebody else gave them to me. Vicki Boutin from Color Study. This is a background stamp from AliExpress, and this is probably also from AliExpress. So I also have some puffy stickers from an old hip kit and a piece of patterned paper from a paper pad. Both of these two items were in a previous counterfeit kit, as are these 49 Market pieces. I just pulled from my box of mixed counterfeit kits to find some things that might go well with this beautiful photo of this lake that we drove by on our way to see Bishop's Castle in, I think it's Rye, Colorado is where Bishop's Castle is. So, but we stopped because it was just so stinking gorgeous. So I'm going to pause. We're going to get started with this background, and I will be right back. So I knew right off the bat that I was going to be using two inks to create an inked background using the smooshing technique. I have a little tiny piece of packaging here, and I have said before, and I will say again, the smaller your piece of packaging, the more control you have over this technique. I also discovered that adding water and then smooshing the ink pad down again gets a little bit more saturation on my surface, and I just wanted to share that with you. This is Distress Tea Dye, and the other one is Distress Tumbled Glass, and it is a very light blue, and so I am trying to get the surface wet like I mentioned and add more ink in that manner so that it is a little bit more saturated. I don't want a whole lot of color, but I do want for you to be able to see both colors. So I lost my piece of packaging. I was going to reuse it, but I don't know what happened to it. That's another sign that it's been a long couple of months and I have some cleanup to do. To be serious, it is definitely needed. So I'm just using this packaging technique, and you probably saw Whiskers right there. That was Phineas trying to join us. I scooped him up and put him back on the floor, and he was very offended with me. So off camera, I went ahead and I cut my pattern paper. I made a frame out of it rather than cutting down the white cardstock and mounting it on the full sheet of pattern paper. This way I still have the pattern paper to use for something else. I had considered turning it over because it's got a beautiful teal print on the back that would be great for matting a photo, but I decided not to do that. And so for the frame, I just cut in a 1/2 inch all the way around, and then I have a full square left over to use another time. So I know that I wanted to use this big background stamp from AliExpress. I bought, I don't know, 10 or 15 stamps from them a couple months ago and have not used this one yet. I really love this background stamp. It's grungy and it adds some texture and visual interest to your projects, so that's kind of cool. I also really loved the Tim Holtz set, and I'm putting the photo back there just to give me an idea of where things are going to end up so that I don't cover up a whole lot of my stamping. I mean, I'm putting that photo right over that big block of stamping that I just did, so I want to make sure that you can still see this leaf stamp. I am using my Stampendous tool. Stampendous, is that how you, I don't know how you say that. Anyway, it is kind of like an air hockey table thingy, but it was specifically created for stamping, but you could just buy a cheap air hockey table thingy and use it instead. It'll do the same thing. It just allows you to add some even pressure, or you could buy a really pretty one from Some Assemblage Required. She has some gorgeous ones, and frankly, I considered buying one anyway. I'm going to add this phrase stamp. That one came from the Studio Calico sets, and now I'm going to be just kind of layering some things up here behind my photo so that I can definitely still see where things are going to go. I did stamp the journaling lines from the Tim Holtz set to that tag, and part of my title is going to go on that tag. It's very lucky that I don't need a whole lot of room for my title. So my title is from Colorcast Designs, and it does say Wanderlust, and it is a beautiful deep blue, and I chose it because I felt like it told in a few words what this photo was about, and I'm using glue dots to go ahead and adhere it right to the bottom of my photo. I had considered putting it up on the top, but I decided to work with the bottom simply because I didn't want to cover up that beautiful blue sky up there. I love the sky here in Colorado. It is just absolutely gorgeous. And I do find myself going outside and looking just to see what's up with the sky that particular day. So that journaling tag is going to have a little bit of the title on the top of it, and that's fine because I'm not going to put a whole lot of journaling on this layout. When I finally put the 2024 albums together, this layout will come either before or just after our little trip to Bishop's Castle, which is where we were going when we passed this lake. We had our granddaughter with us, and we stopped and checked it out, and it was gorgeous there, like an amazing place to camp or fish. I don't know if you're allowed to swim in it or not. We didn't verify that. So now I'm going to bring in this circle stitch stamp. I adore the idea of this stamp. I'm just going to kind of put it up here in the corner underneath that photo. My photo is popped up on Fun Foam just to give it a little bit of depth, which also means I have to go ahead and add a little bit more Fun Foam underneath the title part because the piece of Fun Foam didn't go all the way down. I'm also adding a couple of these, I'm going to call them raindrops, but just to add a little bit more interest to the stamping. And I'm going to add a few more of those hearts. Fun story, I lost that heart down my sink when I was cleaning it, and now I'm going to have to let my husband take the sink apart to get it out. I was a little irritated by that because brand new stamp set, hadn't used it before, and I lost the heart. And I feel like that heart is one that I will probably use a lot. So, and no, I didn't try to take the sink apart by myself. I figured I would make a huge mess if I tried to do that. Now I'm going to come in with these puffy stickers, and I'm going to add just a few to add a little bit more color in here. I like that, is it a mandala doily? I'm not sure what it is. And I put that up there in that upper right-hand corner. I added that floral globe, and now I'm going to add a few of the flowers up in that upper left-hand corner just to fill in that little bit of blank space that's there. I think you saw me add the little bitty tiny pink heart. It's really cute. And that will be just about it, I think, for this layout. So here we go. All right, I got my layout completely finished. Off camera, you saw that I brought in this frame, and all I did was cut a 1/2 inch in on all 4 sides so that I had the frame. I didn't want to layer a bunch of pattern paper up underneath this photo because I knew that I was going to be making a background with some mixed media and some stamping. So I got that done. I did get my journaling on the tag and added some other little pieces I tucked underneath all of those puffy stickers from that sticker sheet. Feels good to use up some of those bits and pieces from that sticker sheet. I got the little phrase on here, life is full of magical moments, go find them. I can tell you that this was just a beautiful little stop on our road trip to Bishop Castle. It was gorgeous that day. It was warm and sunny, and you can see here in Colorado the sky is so expressive. I can't even convey to you how beautiful the sky is here and how you can tell what the weather is like most of the time by just looking at the sky. It's different than what I'm used to. Anyway, I want to thank you for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe. You guys have helped me create this channel, and I will be forever grateful to you for that. If you are new here, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you would love to subscribe, I would love to have you subscribe. Just click that button below. There is also a bell. If you click the bell, YouTube will notify you when I put out new content. We're in a new month, so I'm going to be back to my normal 2 to 3 videos per week schedule. I know that we are going to be taking off the weekend of before Thanksgiving for Scrap Lift Crafternoon, and I'll remind you all of that on a Scrap Lift Crafternoon video at another time. You guys have a great weekend. Bye.